Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we are doing my nails and getting ready for fall. So if you guys want to see how I go from this to this, fall nails, fresh and ready to go. So if you want to see how I do my nails, my process and everything like that, then just keep watching because here it comes. Okay guys, so here we are. First things first, just a little disclaimer here. I am not a professional nail tech. I did not go to school to do nails or anything like that. So anything I say, take with a grain of salt and either consult with a professional or check out some YouTube channels that are amazing. So to start off with everything, I take all of the color off of my nails. Currently the pink and the gray that are on my nails are actually dip powder acrylic, and so they are as thick as acrylic nails, but then to change the color I just file everything off. And for this video I'm also going to only be showing you guys my right hand that I'm doing, and that's because I'm left-handed dominant and I feel like you guys don't want to see me do both hands and it would just get boring and repetitive. It also takes me about an hour and a half total to do both hands and get everything done. Seems like it takes a long time, but I can do it on my schedule whenever I want to. And I love doing my own nails. I've been doing them for like 5 years now, 4 years, something like that. And it's just something that I enjoy and it relaxes me. So after I get all of the color off, I then use a fine bit, like a fine toothed drill bit, to then take off any lifted edges. Fun fact. You can have oily nail beds just like oily skin, and I unfortunately have both. So I've had multiple nail techs tell me that I had oily nail beds, and all that means is that, my fingers produce a higher than average amount of oil, I guess you could say, just like your face can. And for me, artificial nails or nail enhancements actually will lift faster and peel faster than an average person. So I do my nails every 2 weeks. I wish I could get 3 or 4 weeks out of them, but I really truly just can't. You'll see me looking up and over every so often, and whenever I do my nails, I'll put a movie on because I can usually get my nails done within the span of one movie. So after I get all of the lifted pieces off and everything is evened out with my nail bed, then I go in and I remove my cuticles and do all my cuticle care. So I start with a cuticle buffing tool, and what that does is that pushes everything back and starts to lift it off of the nail bed. And then I will go in a little bit, and you'll see this shot as well. Here it is. I go in with a cuticle bit, and it looks like a little spear almost, but what that does is that then removes all of the tissue. So your cuticles are dead tissue. You can remove them. I'm not like chopping off part of my finger or anything like that. It's just the tissue that has grown out with my nails that I'm just removing, because obviously you don't want the product to stick to all of that. Also, all of the products that I am using today are by Kiara Sky. I will link everything down below, and I just really like their products. I find that the quality is really good, and that's actually the first and only nail dip powder system that I have ever used. Once I get all of the cuticles pushed back, if there is any remaining tissue, then I go in with my nippers and I just remove it. Again, this is the dead tissue that has grown out with my nails. They're lifted off and I am just removing that. You'll also see that I'm wearing a mask, and that's because whenever I'm filing everything off of my nails, it creates a lot of nail dust, and I really don't want to inhale all of that because it can cause a lot of breathing problems and lung problems. So I wear a mask, and obviously you can see the nail dust on my shirt, on my arm, on the mask, everything. So I will wear that until I am finished using my drill. Once I finish all of the cuticle care, I then go in with a fine grit sanding bit. Now, when I say fine, I mean super fine. It is honestly so fine that if I turned it on, I could put it on the back of my hand, and yeah, it would heat up, but it wouldn't eat through my hand like you would expect a drill bit to do. And what I do with that is I just go around all of my nail plates and remove the shine. I am not removing nail. I'm not doing anything like that. All I'm doing is I'm roughing up the nail bed and the nail plate and removing that shine so that all of the product has something to stick to. So I'm taking off the mask and then getting all of the product out. And one of the things that I really like is having my nails coffin shaped. So it's that super tapered square, looks like a coffin. And at this point, my nails are thin enough, with like the product is thin enough that I actually will go in with a straight edge nail clipper and create that shape so that it's not a lot of extra filing that I have to do later. You know, if you've ever had your nails done, had acrylics or anything like that, you know that sometimes filing can take forever and a day. So I do this as a way to kind of jump forward a little bit, make life easier on me, and, you know, just keep things flowing. The next thing that I do is you go in with step 1 called Bond. And again, I'm using the Kiara Sky dip powder kit. It was the first and the only kit that I've ever used because I absolutely love the quality and I love what I can do with it. So I do all of my nails with the Prep and Bond. I think it's called Bond actually. And what that does is that just prepares your nails. So once I do the whole hand, then I go back and I start with one finger and I will do another coat of that Bond, again, just to trial and error that I have done over the last few years doing my nails. Then you put step 2, which is essentially a resin. It's kind of like if you paint your nails, if you can paint your nails, you can do this. It's not that hard. And then you dip it into the powder and you shake off the excess. Move on to the next finger and repeat. I usually will do all 10 fingers at once and then go back just to give it extra time. But again, I cut out doing my opposite hand just to save time so that you guys didn't have to have an hour and a half long video. So there's a couple different layers that I do on my nails. So the first layer is called natural. If you do just that on your nails, it looks like a natural nail. That's why it's called natural. So if I'm doing a color dip powder versus a gel, I will do 2 layers of natural, 2 to 3 layers of the color, depending on how vibrant it is or if there's glitter in it or anything like that. And then 1 to 2 coats of clear powder on top just to cap everything and protect the color. Again, depending on how many layers of the color that I put on, just so that everything is the same number of layers. So if I do 2 layers of color, I'll do 2 layers of clear. If I do 3 of color, I'll do 1 of clear, just to keep everything even. Because today I chose to use a gel color, and the gel is a really pretty color. When it's cold, it's a mood changing one. So when it's cold, it's the super dark, like Bordeaux-y oxblood color. And when it's warm, it turns into this just like vibrant, super bright red. So when I do that, I will actually do 3 layers of natural just to super protect my nails, as well as to give a good base. Once I do the natural, I will then go through and shape all of my nails. And I sometimes overfile just a little bit, especially on the taper, because as you put more product on your nails, it widens the nails and it builds out a little bit. So to be able to get my nails to look perfect and exactly how I want them to, I do it this way. It's not in the official instructions, but again, it's been a trial and error thing that I've done over the last couple of years. And I've played with it. I've messed things up. I've had to remove my nails almost immediately. It's been trial and error to the max. So I will go in and I will just shape everything, smooth everything out, because again, if you smooth the layers as you go, then when your final nail is not going to have a ton of lumps and bumps, and it's going to actually look like a sculpted, shaped nail. So that's what I'm just doing here. I'm pushing any excess skin. I'm getting any, I call it fallout, but they're kind of those drips. So if you've ever painted your nails, you'll notice that sometimes you just can't get exactly on the nail and it sometimes drips onto your skin. this does this as well. It's essentially the same as painting your nails. So I will go in and remove all of that just so that when I'm doing the clear and then the final filing and the gel, everything looks perfect. So it takes a little bit longer than if I just follow the instructions. If I would just follow the Kiara Sky instructions, it may only take me 45 minutes to do all of my nails, all 10 nails. But because I've found that I personally need all of these extra steps in it, that's why it takes me an hour and a half. So it takes me 45 minutes per hand, basically. But I'm finishing up all of the shaping here. And if you are interested in ever doing like your own nails or anything like that, one of the channels that I used to learn everything was Nail Career Education with Susie, and I will link her channel below. I love watching her. She's so calming, and like just listening to her is so pleasant, and just so informative and educational and all of that. So I'll link that, and she's phenomenal. Once I got all of that initial shaping and filing done, then I'm going in and I'm doing all of the clear. So I did 2 layers of the natural, and then I'm going to do 3 layers of the clear, and just methodically, 1 nail at a time. And I had 2 cameras set up for this, which didn't work out exactly how I thought it would. So I had the one up above, and then I had the one off to the side. And as you can see, the up above one doesn't always catch everything. So apparently I moved towards myself too much, and I need to just re-angle everything for the future. But doing clear, and then it's an old powder brush, like an old makeup brush, and I use that to just like dust everything off. So once I've done all of the clear and everything, then I'm going to do what we call the rough don't buff filing. So on the Kiara Sky website, they actually talk about you want to rough don't buff your nails if you're going to put gel polish on versus just clear coat. And why that is if it's too smooth, your gel will have nothing to stick to. Gel needs something to stick to, just like acrylic needs something to stick to. So at this point, this is why I don't use the drill, because for me, the drill is almost too effective. I really feel like you have much more control and much more ability to see what you're doing and get those tiny little areas with a nail file than you do with the drill. So I go in and I will, do a final shaping just to clean everything up. And then I will file the top just to give it the shape so that I have, that nail arch and the apex and everything that you want in nail extensions. And just then I can go in with a nail file and I can make sure that the entire surface of the nail is lightly roughed. And when they say buff, it's like that buffing block that you see if you've ever had your nails done at a salon. It's that like purple or orange block that they use, and what that does is it just smooths out your nail. So I don't use that. I use just the nail file and then get all of my nails. Not too bad. It just takes a little bit of practice, but in general, it's not too hard. I'm pretty sure I could get Greg to do this to me if I ever needed him to do my nails for me, like if I broke my hand or something. Let's hope that never happens, though. Once I have everything filed, I rinse my hands off with water, no soap, because again, the soap has oils and you don't want to deal with that. And when it comes to gel polish, one thing I have learned is thin, even coats works a lot better than a thicker coat. So this color isn't super, super solid at the first coat, but on the second coat it is. So if it looks like it's not enough, cure it and give it a second coat and see what's going on at that point. So I'm putting everything on, and the nail light, I guess you could call it, that I have, it's a smaller version than the professional size, so it only fits 4 fingers at a time. So what I will do is I will do the 4 fingers on my left hand, I will do both of my thumbs, and then I do the 4 fingers on my right hand. And you can see here, like, it just fits perfectly. So for the colors themselves, I'll usually cure them for between 30 to 45 seconds. And this is why it's so helpful to have a movie or something on, just because, it's easy to get way too bored and mess something up by accident, like pulling it out too early or not curing the polish long enough. So once I let it cure for about 30 seconds, then I will put the second coat on. And if you can see, I know the one bottle is blocking the view a little bit, but it looks so much more opaque than it did on the first coat. The first coat looked very see-through and the second coat's not. Then on the second coat, what I'll do is what they call capping the nail. So I would go around the outside edges of the nail with the color just to help prevent any lifting or peeling. Again, you don't have to do this, but I am so hard on my nails and I use them so much that for me, this helps. And this is what works the best for my hands and everything. Instead of doing super shiny nails, Kiara Sky actually has a matte top coat gel, and it's amazing. If you've ever tried the regular matte top coat, like the nail polish coat, you'll know that after like a week or so, it starts to rub off and then becomes shiny. Not so with the matte gel. It is phenomenal. I can go the full 2 weeks and still have mattified nails. And just because it's Halloween and spooky season, I thought that this color would look amazing mattified and not super shiny. So that's what I did, and I was so happy with how it turned out. And I also used the matte top coat to clear cap everything. So the gels are typical gels. You can't touch them after they cure, but the matte coat is a non-wipe top coat. So as soon as it's cured for a minute, and I do a full minute for my top coats just to make sure, you can just then, grab it and go, and you don't have to worry about wiping or doing anything like that. So especially because I do it at home, makes life a million times easier. So here I figured I would show you what everything looks like with my thumbs and how like kind of funky and weird I have to do them. And then I sit them on the very edge of the desk. But that's how I do my nails. I hope you loved this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. And otherwise, I will see you guys all tomorrow. I think tomorrow I am doing a plan with me for October. So have a great day, guys. Talk to you guys tomorrow and stay spooky, everybody.